Hi guys. I wanted to take this opportunity to do a happy birthday yoga because it happens to be my birthday today and it might be someone else's birthday. I wanted to think about what I could do to give a gift to you. So I thought what I would do is give away 3 private sessions. So if you want to kind of have a chance to win a private session, then I'll put the instructions in the link below, and then you could see if you could sign up to win a private session. So you'll have your choice of either Pilates or yoga or holistic health counseling. It could be either one of those, and why not, right? Let me give that gift to you. All right. So I thought about what to do today, and it seemed to me that I think a nice slow flow would be good, and I'm just going to do the whole class. All right. So let's go ahead and take a moment, have a comfortable seat. You can close your eyes, take a full breath in, take your full breath out. Take another full breath in. Take another full breath out. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to come to stand, and we're going to face our yoga mat. We're going to come to the edge of our mat. We're going to look down at our space, and we're going to take a moment of gratitude for a few different things. So looking down at our space, let's bring the palms together in front of the heart center. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Ground the weight of your body into your feet. Find your center. And then looking down at your space, let's take a moment in appreciation that we have this space, this time, this opportunity to get a little more grounded and to get a little more centered. And now in appreciation of our space, we bow. And let's take another moment. Let's just look at each other. And a moment in appreciation that we have this community that we can do yoga together. In appreciation of each other, we bow. And lastly, in appreciation of our learning and growing together. So in honor of our teacher and student relationship, I always find that I learn so much from going through the process of teaching. And so I'm very grateful for my students. So in appreciation of our learning and growing together, we bow. And then we're going to take a moment, and I'm going to have you face toward the windows. Bring the palms together in front of your heart center, and we're going to send the spirit of goodwill to all beings. We can start by focusing on one person in particular, someone that you hold near and dear to your heart. Just imagine that person for a moment or two. Are they smiling? And now let's send that person the spirit of goodwill. And then let's choose another person, someone far more remote. You can think of maybe someone at a coffee shop that you used to see all the time, maybe your barista, or the person at the bank teller that you used to see all the time, or maybe someone that you would oftentimes see walking their dog, someone that you sort of just vaguely know, but you might know their face, but maybe you don't even know their name, right? So someone far more remote. And just imagine that person, a neutral person, and just hold that person in your awareness for a moment or two. And now let's send that person the spirit of goodwill. And now as you're facing the windows, let's send the spirit of goodwill to all beings. And we bow. And now let's take a moment and we'll have a seat. You can take your time to make a comfortable seat, get grounded through your base. Let's lengthen the spine. Come back to focus on your energetic center, and let's find ease all around. And let's bring the palms together in front of the heart center. We'll do one Om, feeling the vibration in our body. Let's inhale for Om. Now let's bring one hand to the heart center, one hand to your abdomen. Let's do the 3-part breath. Thinking of the torso in 3 parts, top, middle, and bottom. Let's inhale to fill the top part first. Let the rib cage expand second and the abdomen expand third for a full deep breath. And then exhale in the reverse. Draw the navel in toward the spine. Let the rib cage contract. Exhale from the top without sinking or losing that nice length that we found in the beginning. And let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, top, middle, bottom, and exhale, bottom, middle, top. A few more on your own timing. And then let's bring the hands into Dhyana Mudra, fingers stacked, thumbs lightly touching, and you'll rest that hand mudra in your lap. So I'll scoot a little further back so you can see. So Dhyana Mudra, resting that hand mudra in your lap. And we'll just take a moment, we'll do a little bit of meditation. So we'll do 3 phrases, okay? So the first phrase is in relationship to yourself. And the second phrase in relationship to the people that you're in contact with throughout your day. Maybe it's whoever you have in your direct, awareness in your apartment, or that you see that, on a daily basis, or talk to your workmates, possibly. And then the third phrase is for the world at large. And so the first phrase, may I make a friend of my body. And the second phrase, may loving kindness manifest throughout my life. And the third phrase, may we all feel connected, supported, and loved. I'm going to repeat the phrases one more time, okay? And before I repeat them, just to kind of give you a little bit of more instruction, as you go into the meditation, you're going to choose whatever is inspiring to you. So you can choose one of those phrases, 2 of them, all 3 if you like. You can say them in order, you can mix them up. You can come up with your own phrase, but you're going to just choose your phrase or phrases and just stick with those. And you'll repeat the phrases. So you'll think of the word, the individual words, and just give yourself some space and time to say those words slowly and focus in on the words, right? A nice full breathing and intentionally relaxing whatever you can, okay? So I'll repeat the phrases again. Again, feel free to choose one of these or make up your own. And the phrases are, again, may I make a friend of my body. May loving kindness manifest throughout my life. And may we all feel connected, supported, and loved. And so we'll do an open eye practice. You'll fix your gaze either a few feet in front of you on the floor, right? Or if you want to look directly forward at whatever you're looking at in front of you, that's okay too. And I'm just going to take a few moments here. Normally we might do like a 20-minute session here in this meditation, but we'll just do a little shorter for this. Actually, if you wanted to pause the video and meditate for 20 minutes right here, you could, and that would be excellent, okay? So if you would like to do that, you can pause the video and then we'll come back in a few. And if you want to keep going with me right now, we'll just fix our gaze and do just a few moments. So a few moments here with our meditation practice. Let's begin with the bell. Let's begin. Let's bring the palms together in front of the heart center and bow to your own heart. And then take a moment and you'll make your way to stand. You're going to have a comfortable space between your feet. You bring your hands up and start to circle the wrists. And then reverse the direction of the circle. Lengthen the breath a bit. Let's reach the arms forward and down. And then do one arm palm up, palm down behind you. Same thing, second side. Look back at your hand. Feel the mild rotation in the spine as you look back. And then reverse the direction. Let's reach up from the back. And then widen the feet. Let's do hip circles. And reverse the direction. And then feet together and circle. And reverse. And then with a comfortable space between your feet again, shift your weight into your left foot. Let's do hands to hips. Come to the tip of the right toe. And we're going to do our 4 points here. So grounding, whatever we're focusing on grounding. Right now, the sole of the main supporting foot. Think of 4 corners of that foot, especially the big toe mound grounding. So grounding. Now lengthen through the spine and beyond. Lengthening. Focus on your energetic center. Think of like a glowing ball of energy. And find ease all around. And with that in place, let's lift and circle the ankle. And then reverse the direction. Now extend and flex the leg at the knee joint. Extend and stay and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and come down. Ground through both feet momentarily and then shift, come to the tip of the toe. 4 points, grounding, lengthening, centering and release, and we lift and circle. Reverse the direction. Extend and flex the leg at the knee joint. And extend and stay and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and come back down. Now make sure you have space. You can sweep your arms out to the side. Comfortable space still. Grasshopper Vinyasa. Let's reach the arms out and up. Palms press, lift the chest. Now side stretch to your right. Look down at your hand, reach up and press. Belly firm as you lift the chest. And side stretch left. Inhale, press. Now exhaling, swan dive. So knees track right over your toes, right? It's a backward bend as you bring your arms down and around. Hug the calves, tuck the chin in. Keep the knees deeply bent, lift the elbows and lift the chest. Squeeze the muscles between the shoulder blades. Feels like baby cobra in your upper back. And look about 3 feet in front of you on the floor. This is grasshopper pose. And then release the body, release the head. Lift your tail just enough to feel a mild stretch in the back of the thighs. This is ragdoll. Now let's bend the knees, lift the chest, reach the arms out, palms press, and come back down. Let's do it again. Here we go. Inhale, press. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, press. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, press. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, grasshopper. Exhale, ragdoll. Inhale, reverse the swan dive. Exhale, Tadasana. And let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, press. Exhale to your right. Inhale, press. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, back bend. Turns to forward fold. Inhale, grasshopper. Exhale, ragdoll. Inhale, reverse the swan dive. Exhale, 1 last round. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, grasshopper. Exhale, ragdoll. Inhale, reverse the swan dive. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's come to stand to the top of our mat. Feet all the way together this time. Belly firm, palms forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, ragdoll takes a bow. Arms reach down, back, and overhead. Inhale, low chair. Exhale, left foot moves into lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, half dog, toes tuck, hips reach back. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot moves into lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, back foot steps. Bring your feet together. Inhale, chair. And exhale, stand tall. Let's do it again. Here we go. Inhale, chair. Exhale, ragdoll takes a bow. Inhale, low chair. Exhale, right foot moves into lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, half dog, toes tuck, hips reach back. Inhale, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, back foot steps. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, chair. And exhale, stand tall. We're going to do 2 more rounds, adding a big cobra in after our baby cobra. Palms forward. Inhale. Palms reach up. Exhale. Ragdoll takes a bow. Inhale, low chair. Exhale, foot moves into lunge. Back knee squeezing straight. Left hand flat here. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower, elbows in tight. Inhale, baby cobra first. Exhale, big cobra, not too much higher, but a little bit. Elbows in tight. As you inhale here, reach the breastbone forward, middle back working. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, baby cobra again. And exhale, half dog, toes tuck, and hips reach back. Inhale, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot steps. Inhale here. Exhale, back foot steps. Inhale, chair. And exhale, stand tall. 1 last round to go. Inhale, chair. Exhale, ragdoll takes a bow. Inhale, low chair. Exhale, right foot moves into lunge. Right hand flat. Inhale, plank pose. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, big cobra. Inhale here, middle back works. Exhale, come down. Inhale, baby cobra again. And exhale, half dog. Toes tuck, hips reach back. Inhale, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, right foot moves into lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, back foot steps. Feet together. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, standing into Tadasana. Okay, we're going to use 2 blocks to the top of your mat. Start with your feet right between the blocks. And we're going to go ahead and have your left foot stay in place. Have your right foot step back into lunge. And we're going to get light on the fingertips, squeezing the back knee straight. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Feel the work in the front leg. And again, inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath right here. And exhale. Ground your hands. Lift and place the back foot on a sharp angle and prep for warrior 1. So toes far forward, heel far back. You want to make sure that that sharp angle is in place so that your kneecap is facing the same direction as your toes. Okay, I want you to think medial rotation with that back thigh bone from the hip socket. So medial rotation, right? And the whole sole of the foot is grounding. So think of grounding through the center of the back heel and the pinky toe mound. Okay, not the outer edge of the back foot like warrior 2, right? Warrior 1, medial rotation. Like if your foot was on a turntable, you're trying to turn that turntable right now counterclockwise. Okay, belly firm. Let's reach the arms forward and up. And let's widen the hands. Stay steady in the legs. Okay, and then from the middle of the rib cage up, let's open the chest and come back through center. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale, come back through center. And again, inhale, open the chest, come back through center. 1 more time, inhale, open the chest. And let's go ahead and come back through center. Let's come back down. Swivel onto the ball of the back foot, lower the back knee down, and let's go for low lunge. So let the pelvis release forward and down. If you want to, you can put a blanket underneath your knees, or if you have enough cushion and you're okay for regular low lunge, then you can just stay as is. Okay, big breath in, big breath out, and again, big breath in, and big breath out.
Let's come back through lunge. We're going to step the back foot forward a bit and on an angle, stack the 2 blocks onto the tall level. Bend the front knee, okay, and lengthen the spine. So think of your pelvis like a bowl. You're going to tilt the pelvis so you're spilling water out of the front of the pelvic bowl, and then lengthen the front leg, feeling hamstring stretch on the back of your left thigh. Big breath in, big breath out. Again, big breath in and big breath out. Belly firm. Let's go ahead and from here, you're going to do hands to hips. And if your hands were on that pelvic bowl and you were spilling water out of the front of the pelvic bowl, now you're going to upright the pelvic bowl and folding from the hip socket. So your spine is just going along for the right as you spill front and then come back up. Now you can add a little more load by reaching your arms up if you like, coming front, or you can keep your hands on your hips. We're going to just do a couple more like this. Here we go. Reach and come up. And one more time. Here we go. Reach and up. This time, let's reach all the way out. Bring your hands to your blocks. Bend the front knee. We'll do the same series on the second side. So swivel onto the ball of the back foot. Step the back foot front and the front foot back. Okay, so that'll be your transition. I'm going to just go to the other side so that I can still be facing you a little bit. Okay, so now we have the right foot forward, the left foot back. We're going to get light on our fingertips. Big breath in, big breath out. Right, feeling the work on the front leg. Big breath in and big breath out. And big breath in. Try to equalize the weight on that front foot. The weight might try to push into the toes. I want you to keep the heel grounded as well. Now ground the hands, lift in place, make that sharp angle, medial rotation. Back knee is really straight, right? Back knee is really straight there, and you're medially rotating, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and release and come up, okay? So let's do hands to hips for a second. Back knee is straight. You can't really tell right now with these pants I have on, but really actively straight. Belly lifting, tail dropping, so you get a really good stretch in the front of your hip crease on that right now, my left hip crease. And then with that in place, let's inhale, open. And exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. 2 more times. Inhale, open. And exhale, center. 1 more time. Inhale, open. And let's go ahead and reach out. And we're going to go ahead and come onto the ball of the back foot and lower the back knee. Let the pelvis release forward and down. Good. So just kind of allowing the body to open up. Just having, gratitude in the moment for what we can feel in our body, right? Just that movement in the body. We just feel so alive when we feel that. And then let's get ready for the next one. We're going to come back through lunge, step a little forward, stack the blocks, ready for pyramid pose. So you're going to have the front knee bent to start, and then work the tilt of the pelvis, and then lengthen the leg to get the hamstring stretch on the back of right now, the back of my right thigh. Big breath in, and big breath out. And again, big breath in, and big breath out. Okay, now hands to hips. Let's lift up, and then fold, and lift up, and then fold. So dynamic movement here, right? Lift up. Now we can add the arms for a little more load, right? So more weight away from your center of gravity is going to make more work for your back. And reach, right? So the different way to do pyramid pose, right? So just with the dynamic movement, it's really nice to kind of work the muscles a little bit. And then let's get ready. We're going to go ahead and come back. And let's go ahead and swivel onto the ball of the back foot, step the back foot forward. Okay, so we're going to do another series. What we just did was relatively forward-facing standing poses. Now we'll go ready for some relatively side-facing standing poses. So starting with the blocks again, left foot forward, right foot back. Lift and place the back foot and prep for warrior 2. So this time, instead of medial rotation, like we were turning that turntable counterclockwise, now we're going to work on the action of lateral rotation. Okay, so on warrior 2, grounding the outer edge of your back foot so that you feel that lateral rotation, but the whole leg is really actively straight, right? It's a little different than warrior 1. Safety-wise, warrior 1, it's really important to have that sharp angle. Warrior 2, not so much. So let's go ahead and release the right fingertips to the floor. Reach forward, up, and into warrior two. Front knee directed right over the second toe. And now let's straighten the front leg and cross the forearms. And then reach into warrior two. And come into straightening and crossing the forearms and reaching. And straighten and reach. One more. Let's come out and stay here. Bend the front elbow, bring the forearm to thigh, back arm reaches up and over. And let's go into now reverse warrior. Exhale front. Inhale back. Exhale front. Inhale back. Again, exhale front. And inhale back. Let's come front one more time. And then stay there with the front arm, but the top arm, I'm going to bring our hand to our hip. Now we're going to increase the hip crease. Okay, so as we do that, we're going to further tilt the pelvic bowl. Right? We're now kind of relatively side facing, right? If my hip points, I could show where my hip points are pointing. It's kind of on a diagonal, not all the way to the side. So that protects your front knee. And we increase the hip crease. And then we start to straighten the front leg. Now we're going to use two blocks. So I'm going to put one on the low level and one on the tall level on top of it. I'm going to put my hand on that block. This is my favorite way to do triangle. So I'm going for that inner thigh stretch. My waist is equally long on both sides. Now with that length in place, I want to rotate through the entire length of the spine to turn the head to look up. Right? Watch that the bottom shoulder doesn't roll in though. So just keep that hand grounded on that block. And big breath in, big breath out. Now let's take the top hand and inhale, open the chest and come back through center. Inhale, open, exhale, center. Two more, inhale, open, and exhale, center. And one more, inhale, open, exhale, center. Now imagine someone's pulling your top wrist up. So belly firm, and you have a little helping hand that's going to help you float up. And let's go ahead and catch those blocks. Swivel onto the ball of the back foot, step the back foot front, and we're going to do one more pose here. So far, warrior two and triangle. We're going to do now, we're going to do some preps for half moon pose and then half moon pose itself. So we're going to start with the block stacked tall, belly firm. We're going to fold at the hip sockets and bring both hands onto the block. So tush out, chest out. Shift your weight into one foot, and you're going to lift the other foot just an inch off the floor. And then shift and lift, right? So little lift. I call this elephant walks, right? There's a funny story here. So we would go to the Zen Mountain Monastery with the kids when they were small. And at one point they had done a new construction. And so it was brand new. And at one point they had to inspect one of these kind of very large drainage tubes that went under a certain part of the grounds. And one of the kids had the idea, like, hey, can we climb through the tube, the drainage pipe? And the abbot of the monastery had at the time just recently gone through there. So he said, okay. And so here we were going through the drainage tube like this. And the kids just ran through, and all the adults were like, oh my God, my quads, my glutes. So I found that this is a great exercise because of that experience. Right? So, but it's also great prep for working your knee tracking, working your quad strength, working a little bit into the lower legs. And I love to use this as a prep for half moon. So that is going to work the knee tracking, working your quad strength, and prep us for this coming into half moon. So now we've worked our knee tracking primarily, right? So with the practicing sort of walking through the drainage pipe, right? And we're going to now take one block and lined up with the pinky edge of your foot and a little few inches forward. Okay, I'm going to move my whole thing back a little bit so that I'm all on one flat surface. And now as I lift my back, and as I shift my weight into my front foot, I don't want my knee to veer over toward the big toe side of my mat. So I'm going to keep that same tracking I did in our elephant walks when I was on both feet. Now I'm pretty much just doing that on one foot, but I come to the tip of the toe, and then I'm on the other foot. So I'm very light on the back foot, right? So shift, right? And I'm just right now looking for my knee tracking on the front leg. Let's do two more like that. Shift, get light on the back foot. And on this last one, now I'm going to finally go into the full pose. But I've trained my supporting leg to do what I wanted to do, right? Through the elephant walks and this sort of prep. So now I'm going to start to shift and lift. And I'm going to flex that back foot and lift up high, right? And I'm going to lift up even higher with that back leg. Highest, highest, high as I can. So I work gluteus medius on this top leg. by lifting, and then my hip points relatively side facing, just like in Warrior Two and Triangle. My bottom leg, gluteus medius, is also getting some work. Now I'm going to slowly try to float back to Warrior Two without wobbling that knee. And then let's do hands to hips and step, step, step. Let's get ready for the whole thing. I'm going to just face this other way. You can kind of get yourself ready the same way. So feet together. Now right foot forward, left foot back. Ready for Warrior Two. Lift and place the back foot, left fingertips to the floor. Reach up and open, Warrior Two. Now you can decide how far you want your feet to be front to back. Front knee directed right over the second toe, right over the heel, right? No further than this front leg being in like a 90-degree angle. So it's the closer you go to 90, the harder it is. So you see what you feel comfortable with regard to your shape, okay? So Warrior Two, right? Straighten the front knee, cross the forearms, and then reach. Here we go. And fold, and reach, and fold, and reach, and fold, and reach and stay. Bend the front elbow, forearm to thigh, back arm reaches up and over, and then move through Warrior Two into reverse Warrior, and exhale front, and inhale back, and exhale front, and inhale back, and exhale front, and inhale back. Let's come to the front one more time. Top hand to hip. Increase the hip crease. Place the blocks, one low, one high. Start to lengthen the front, like feel inner thigh stretch. That's number one. Long spine and rotate through the entire length of the spine. That's number two, the rotation of the spine. Number three, opening the chest. Inhale, open the chest. Back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Two more times. Here we go. Inhale, open. And exhale, center. And one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Belly firm. Remember, you got a helping hand helping you up there. Let's float up to stand. Bend the front knee. You're going to start to step the back foot front, front, front. Let's stack our blocks. Ready for elephant blocks. I'm ready for the second side. Remember the purpose, right? We're going to, I like to kind of stand in front of class every once in a while like this and be like, what am I getting out of this? Like, what am I getting out of doing this part, this exercise? What am I getting out of this prep? Why are we doing certain things? It's good to kind of keep that in mind. So for this one, knee tracking and prep for half moon. So twist out, chest out. You're in hip flex position. And then shift. You're going to just lift that foot and shift to lift the other foot. Imagine you're climbing through the drainage pipe at the Zen Mountain Monastery. Shift to lift. We had little flashlights that everybody kind of was very excited to walk through. It was very clean. I was so surprised. It was brand new. And it was a whole group of parents and a whole group of kids. So funny. Okay, now, just a couple more of these. All right, lifting, belly stays firm. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's go ahead and get ourselves ready. We're gonna we've trained our front knee. And we're going to go ahead and shift. Come to just the tip of the toe. Keep it grounded though, and then come back down. Now we're watching that knee tracking, that it's going right where we want it to. And shift, lift, and down. Now let's float into our pose. Ready? Here we go. Shift, lift. You can start by looking down at the floor. Right? A little more challenging to change your focus to the side. Most challenging to change your focus to look up. And you can lift, lift, lift that leg, reach the arm as well. And reach, 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 reach. And then slowly watch the knee tracking as you float into Warrior Two. Now hands to hips. Let's actually put a hand on the thigh. Step, step, step. Okay. All right. So a couple kind of classic series there. The relatively forward-facing poses, and then relatively side-facing poses from Warrior One and from Warrior Two. Just to kind of get a good flow. Let's actually move on to some seated forward fold. So we're going to bring the blanket down for a little bit of cushion. And let's start with soles of the feet. Actually, I'm going to open the blanket one more time. We have a little more, even more cushion here. And let's do soles of feet together, hands to ankles. Lift up tall. Bring your, tilt your pelvis. Just go water out of the front of the pelvic bowl and let your body go. Take a full breath in right here. Take a full breath out. Full breath in and full breath
Let's gently start to come up. You're going to bring the feet forward, hold on to the shin bone, lift, bring that leg out to the side, tilt the pelvis, and release the body over. Start to gently come back up. Get ready for the second side. Sit up tall, tilt, and reach. So depending on what's happening in your body, if you feel like you're, you want to have your pelvis upright, that's number one. Make sure you're tilting to spill water out of the front of the pelvic bowl. If you're back, you want to use a prop to lift up the pelvis. If you're more flexible, then you're going to use what you have. You can bring a block and lengthen it and put it in front of your foot and hold your fingers onto the edge of that block if you like. That's one option. You can also make a fist and then hold on to your fist with your other hand like that, and then loop that around your foot. So the back, right now the back of my left hand is on the sole of my foot as I hold on. So you take a full breath in and full breath. Let's gently come out of this one. Just lengthen both feet forward, sit up tall, tilt the pelvis, release the body over. If you want to use a block, you can. If you want to do the hand connection, you can. And start to gently come up from this one. Let's widen the feet. Lift up. Work the tilt of the pelvis. Release the body over. I think I have another video that's sort of just these forward folds. So you can look through the, I think I looked through the video, other videos that I have for the seated forward folds. And it's just this little section here. This is great if you have, I've found that in working with a lot of students, there's a lot of tightness in the low back. If you do choose to do these sort of forward folds, you got to make sure you're tilting from the pelvis, and you got to make sure you're doing your strength work as well. Okay, so you got to definitely do the strength work as well. We didn't do specifically do back bending strength today, but you want to make sure that you get that in general. Okay, and let's go ahead and come on up. And so we're going to keep going with this. We're going to do now fire log pose, Agni Stambhasana. Right, so lift up tall, tilt the pelvis, release the body forward. If you want to, you can plant your hands and just inch them forward and let the body kind of follow that forward energy as you go. Take a moment to come back up. I'm going to switch the shin bone that's in the front. So you're making like the number 7 with one shin bone, and then also the number 7, like the reverse number 7 with the other one. So it's ankles underneath knees. Work to sit up tall, tilt the pelvis, and then release the body forward. Gently come back up. Okay, so there's one more that I want to do. So we'll start with the feet forward. We're going to hold on to the shin bone lift, kind of like before, but this time we're going to pull one hip back. So our torso is on a diagonal, right? So that tells us our pelvis, where our pelvis is in space. So it's sort of a diagonal, no longer square to the front. And then turn your collarbones to the front and take the hand of the bent knee side and bring that across the body. So this is for your quadratus lumborum on your low back. Right now I'm feeling that on my left side. Big breath in. Big breath out. And gently come on up.
Square yourself off to start, and then pull one hip back, right? Corner, right? Collarbones forward, hand across. Wherever the other hand wants to go is fine. Big breath in, breath out. And take a moment and gently make your way up. And let's just round things off with a little bit of Shavasana. So what I'm going to do is, you can use whatever you have in the house. You can use a regular blanket. I'm going to take this blanket that I have and I'm just going to roll it up and make a little bit of a rolled blanket there. You can use a towel. And we're going to get ready for Shavasana. So I want to do a little bit of heart opening. I want to think of this blanket going kind of right where the breastbone is, right? Kind of lining up with the breastbone a little bit. And I'm going to start by just coming down onto my back. I'm just going to do L shapes with my arms. And I can bring my feet wide and let my knees fall together. Big breath in. Big breath out. Just opening the heart. So you stay here for a little while longer. I'm just going to talk us through a brief Shavasana. What I want you to do is imagine for a second that we're just going to scan through the body with our awareness. So you can have your eyes closed and scan through the body. You'll start with the eyes and the face relaxed, and the head relaxed, and the neck and the shoulders, and the upper arms relaxed, and the lower arms and the hands relaxed. And coming back to the upper torso and the middle torso and the lower torso, bring your awareness there so that they are relaxed. And the hips and the buttocks and the thighs are relaxed. And the knees and the lower legs and the feet are relaxed. Take another full deep breath in right here. Nice full exhale. And then I want you to imagine that above you is like an energy field. It can be like a cloud or whatever you can imagine an energy field might look like. And that we're going to just decide what kind of energy we want to draw into our body. And let's maybe lengthen the legs for this one. Right? So decide what kind of energy you want to draw into your body. And just visualize that it is there in that cloud, that energy field that's hovering above you. Give it a color, give it a texture, give it a tempo. And just visualize what that looks like right now. And then I want you to start to draw that in, that energy in, through the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. And slowly fill the body from the feet, the ankles, the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips and the buttocks, and the hands and the lower arms and the elbows and the upper arms. And through the lower torso, the middle torso, and the upper torso. Through the shoulders and the neck, and the jaw, and the head, and the face, and the eyes. And then when you're ready, actually stay where you are. I'll go ahead and take a moment and come to read to you while you're just finishing up that brief Shavasana. And I'm just going to read a few words from the Pocket Pema Chodron. So I've loved lately picking up this book and then just flipping through to a random page. So I'll do that now. It'll be a random page, a random birthday quote. Let's see what it is.
Okay, here it is. Number 29. It's called Rejoice in Ordinary Life. And so Pema Chödrön is, I just love her. Rejoice in ordinary life. And so she says, we can learn to rejoice in even the smallest blessings our life holds. It is easy to miss our own good fortune. Often happiness comes in ways we don't even notice. It's like a cartoon I saw of an astonished looking man saying, "What was that?" The caption below read, "Bob experiences a moment of well-being." The ordinariness of our good fortune can make it hard to catch. The key is to be here, fully connected with the moment, paying attention to the details of ordinary life by taking care of ordinary things, our pots and our pans, our clothing, our teeth. We rejoice in them. When we scrub a vegetable or brush our hair, we are expressing appreciation, friendship toward ourselves, and toward the living quality that is found in everything. This combination of mindfulness and appreciation connects us fully with reality and brings us joy. Rejoice in ordinary life. I love that one. Perfect for birthday celebrations. Like you can think of ordinary things on all of the days, including your birthday. And so let's take a moment and bring yourself to your side. Come to your side. Gently use your hands to press yourself up to sit. And take a moment to take a comfortable seat again. You can use whatever props you like. Take a full breath in once you get there. Take a full breath out. And so we're going to go ahead and from here, let's bring our palms together in front of the heart center. Let's do one Om, feeling the vibration in our body. Let's inhale for Om. Now we bring our hands behind us. Hold on to one wrist with the other hand. Let the chin drop down. We'll do closing mantras here. So I'll say a few words and then you repeat. And then I'll say them all at once. And at that point, we could say them all together. Okay? So closing mantras. With great respect and love. And then you repeat. With great respect and love. I honor my heart. And then you repeat. I honor my heart. My inner teacher. My inner teacher. Namaste. Namaste. And now let's say that all together. Ready? Here we go. Take a breath in and a breath out. With great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Namaste. And let's gently release out and up. So I want to thank you today for joining me for this birthday class. And if it's your birthday, I want to wish you a happy birthday and hope that you have the most wonderful day. And I want to remind you that I'm offering as a gift to you, I'm going to give away 3 private sessions. So I'll give the details below. I think it will probably be something like, you might be able to find me through my Instagram channel. It's at Taylor Fit Wellness. And then if you click on the link in the bio, there's a link tree that you can join the tribe. And at that point, I think that I can see who is you can join up on the newsletter there, and I can see who sort of signed up. And then I'll pick at random. I'll pick 3 happy students, I hope. And your choice, you can have either a yoga session. We'll do it via Zoom. And I can reach out to you for your information in that way. So we'll either do a yoga session or Pilates session, or we can do holistic health counseling. So your choice, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day and a happy day if it's your birthday or not. Happy day to you. Thanks so much, guys. Mwah.